Squash XLPRO is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
And just underway now with the second men's semi-final, the last match of the day. It is Joseph White against TEMWA Chileshe. And Sean Wigan, can you pick a winner? Because they seem to, in my mind, have very similar styles. Would that be correct? No? You're shaking your head?
Well, it's certainly going to be a very interesting game. Certainly, as you say, they both do like to go for the shots a little bit more than most players do. So it'll be, of course, a good New Zealand-Australia tussle here.
You did mention earlier that White is dead keen to win this title. I mean, obviously any player that enters the tournament wants to win, but he is very, very keen on doing that since since he lost in the quarterfinals of the Barfoot and Thompson Auckland Open.
Yeah, you could just tell from his body language he was disappointed.
Well, you played him.
I played him earlier today, yeah. But you can just tell he was very disappointed to have lost early in the Auckland Open, so he was very keen to come back and hopefully do a little bit better. Even though this is only a 5K this time, he's still very determined to do well, and now with the Aussie tournaments being postponed as well, it gives him more motivation to do well here to this weekend.
What a huge rally already. This is the opening rally, and just tipped over the line.
Not as long as me and Joe's rally in our exhibition on Thursday.
Right, you had a couple. That was at the Browns Bay Club, is that right?
Yeah, we had an exhibition on Thursday. That probably about over 100 shots. Just
that wasn't staged, was it? The length of it. And let's down the backhand, we'll cross. But it's probably the best thing. He's actually made the smartest move, Joseph White, by coming here, compared to his other players in Australia who are sort of like a bit stuck.
He had planned a while ago to come to play in this tournament, but then of course the COVID hit Sydney, and then it's gone to Queensland and Victoria, and he was based in Queensland, and then just in time New Zealand opened the borders for Queensland, so he was able to quickly get a test and then come to New Zealand. So he was very fortunate to get in. And you could just tell again with his body language, he was very pleased to come over to play in this tournament.
Well, feel free to come through with any thoughts on who might win this particular match and take on TEMWA Chileshe in the final. Gee, that was great stretching flexibility there from Joseph White.
No doubt we'll have a few more Aussies watching this game.
Let us know if you are. Let's play. This is only the third point of the entire match. Gee.
Yeah, Joe's a very fit player. He'll keep going for a long period of time.
Yeah,
so
it could be. One of the other things for both of these players in their quarterfinals was just how measured they were and what they did. Like the tactics, the game plans. It just seemed to be almost precise.
Yeah,
I didn't played against one of them.
I didn't see Temwa and Will's game, so I can't say too much on that. But yeah, Joe played felt like Joe played pretty smart against me. Just kept making me move around the court. Just didn't really get me into too many rallies. So yeah, it was just a really hard match for me to handle. And
it was as if he knew exactly what he wanted to do. It's game plan A, and he did it. Chop at that one. And it took the pace off with the chop. on the
Yeah, he
forehand.
really likes that hold, with trying to hold the ball to create the opportunity going short.
And Sean, we should mention the women's final tomorrow from 1:15 p.m. Be great to have lots of people watching that. There will be Ella Lash's first PSA Challenger final, and the first PSA Challenger final for Amanda Landers-Murphy for, I'm thinking, quite a while actually.
Yeah, it's been a while since she's played a PSA like this. And when was the last time you saw two lefties play each other here as
We've
well?
already done the lefty thing, 3 out of 4 in the women's semis. I can't recall. That little dink straight into the wall.
That's a rare mistake from TEMWA, the way he's been going at the moment.
That's great reaction.
Great reaction there from TEMWA. Read the ball perfectly on that occasion.
They just played it off his body so nicely. Great reactions. And the stroke. And just a little bit of accidental play there from Joseph White. Knew what he wanted to do, just didn't quite execute it the right way.
It's a nice length there from Joe.
Yes, let on that one. And John, I haven't quite seen the depth just yet. We've seen some good long rallies. I'd like to see the in the corners. That's better. Yeah, that's the shot we want.
Yeah, we just sort of similar to the semi-final earlier, just maybe a few short ones earlier on, but eventually they found their length later on in the match and
A nice lift on that one. That's it right.
That's well played there. Good hold there. Caught the sidewall there.
Seen some good quality squash so far. This is just the first game.
Yeah, a lot of really long rallies here.
Oh. Gee. And that one quite close to the body on the forehand side for TEMWA Chileshe. So what do you think about the court now? Do you think it's going to get a bit slower as we get into the evening? Or?
I think just for this match, I think it will continue to go pretty fast.
Okay.
Especially the way they both move around the court.
And the stroke. He needed that one.
Yeah, you could just see Joe just starting to run away with it a little bit, force TEMWA into some uncharacteristic areas in these last few points. So, as you say, Tim will be happy to have got that stroke here. And there's another mistake here. He's made a few of those in this game.
Yeah, just if he had have held on to a couple of those, he would have been. Oh, perhaps the score would be different. But that was a bit tight.
And there's another mistake there. I think I've counted about five tins into the front there. That's better there. Not focusing too much on the winner, just the accuracy there.
And the first game ball goes to the Australian, and he's ranked 137 in the world, just a couple of spots ahead of TEMWA CHILESHE. See what he can do on this. Can he wrap it up, or wrap up this first game, that is? Or nice change of direction. Oh,
that's well
how's
played.
That? So 11-5 the first game to Joseph White, the second seed. And the players back on court for the second game. Joseph White, the second seed from Australia, originally born in Townsville and now playing out of the Gold Coast. He won the first, 11-5. And just a few too many unforced errors, Sean Wiggin from TEMWA CHILESHE, probably about 5 or 6 on this occasion, I think.
Yeah,
that probably cost him the first game.
Yeah, you can see the difference between both players at the moment is that front court game. It's not just the mistakes, but when he's making those mistakes. So when Temwa is trying to go forward, he's trying to almost hit a winner, which can be very much more risky. Where you can see Joe maybe just going short to set the next shot up, so he's not having to go too low on the 10. And focusing more on tightness, and that's sort of what's helped him out at the moment.
And just a little bit of a sort of thinking sign there from Temwa, just sort of tapped his head. I'm pretty sure he's saying, just think about it next time.
He pulled right away round. I just thought maybe they'd follow through.
Yes, left. Joseph from the right, too low.
Yeah, just a bit tangled up. I would have probably given a little, just a little bit tangled up there.
There was nothing intentional there. It was just bodies too close.
Another thing also to point out is Temwa has a habit of starting very slow in games, and we've seen that against a lot of top quality players. He's done it to the last. Also, he's played Reece Dowling over in the Auckland Open.
Yeah, that's right.
He of course did that against his brother.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, he's starting slow again, and this could be a bit of trouble. You don't want to let too much go, do you?
And Joe does a really good job of just controlling the ball really well. He did that in my game earlier today. If you give him that sort of control on the match, he can sometimes get away from you.
Oh, well, I managed to get the ball straight back onto his racket. Did Temwa just played that one into the tin, though?
You can just see from some of these shots from that last rally, just maybe a little bit short of loose in that rally, just having to do a little bit too much work, which can be a result of that error at the end, just maybe tired legs didn't quite react fast enough, but that's a much better shot there.
Yeah, finally got on the board, but it has taken 5 points to do so.
But that was a much smarter shot there. Didn't try and go for the winner, just focused on keeping that ball tight.
Yeah, there's no way that Joseph White was going to get his racket underneath that one.
It is actually straight, sorry.
Stroke.
TEMWA 4.
Direct pass is straight to it. It was a level with you.
And he's very competitive. I mean, obviously players at this level, when you're ranked 137 in the world, you're competitive, but he's very competitive on any decision.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you just see he is really...
Yeah, it's always important as well to sort of be wary on how the referees ref as well.
So he wants to know precisely why he didn't get that call.
But I think on that occasion, yes, the ball might have been tight,
Yes,
but it
Temz.
sort of did go into Temwa's path there. So, you know, I certainly wouldn't result like, yes, it was tight, but that's not the reason why you given a no let or a let, etc. You're focused on how the rest are more focused on how the player's movement is, and that's probably why they gave a stroke, not because the ball's in that position.
So it's been 4 points in a row, and this is the second game to Joseph White, but then 3 points in a row back to TEMWA Chileshe.
Then Joe gets one back there.
And now White 3.
This is a very important moment as well for both players. This could be a big moment in this game.
Yeah, no good there from TEMWA Chileshe.
Get it back, Temz.
Played it straight back at himself.
Straight to.
Again, there just Temwa there just getting into Joe's line.
I mean, that's 2 strokes, 2 points given away,
Yeah.
and
7-3.
he doesn't have that luxury to give 2 away, does he?
Yeah, but you can also tell, again, you know, you can see Joe setting it up with the short ball there, just really nice and tight, resulting in a loose ball there from Temwa to effectively set up the stroke. And that's what's been the big difference here, maybe just a bit more efficient with his shot making compared to Temwa today.
Well, so far in this match, 1 game up and up 7-3. It is Joseph White from Australia playing the smarter squash.
Shot.
Yeah, that's good play.
Like you see that probably, like the post was a nice option there, mix it up, but then, you know, you just moved your opponent forward. That job probably wasn't the right option on that occasion.
Oh,
Joe was already sort of moving back to that ball there, so
yeah, he's certainly playing smart squash, but just mixing up there was a lob thrown in there was a cross court, and now into 9-3. Oh, just about slipped. That's good play.
that's well played.
And it also gives him the game ball as well, and the second game after taking out the first in solid fashion. I think that's just his game. Oh, there we go. So 11-3. And Joseph White from Australia, the second seed, looking very good to go through to the final. And Joseph White certainly in the box seat here as he looks for a spot in the final of this, the LIQUORLAND HOWICK Open. Great to have you with us wherever you are. And Joseph White is just playing so efficient. 2 games to love up against TEMWA Chileshe, second seed battling the third seed. We've got to see if TEMWA Chileshe can cut out the errors, but he's also got to bring, what has he got to bring into his game aside from cutting out the errors, Sean Wigan?
Yeah, well, he needs to find a way to get that front game more effective. Right now, he's maybe just trying to use that front court too much, which is resulting in all those mistakes. So maybe try and create more at the back, get that length going, and then be able to open up that front court. But the way Joe's been playing at the moment, it's going to be very hard to stop him. You can just tell in the way he's focused on that court. He's not wanting to get any cheap points away, and I don't think he's really done it tonight. That's a well-played shot. That's a much better shot there. Just focused on keeping that ball tight to the wall, pushed it deep, and that resulted in effectively an unplayable shot there.
Well, he had White going back into the centre as TEMWA played the ball down the line.
Stroke the white and now 2-1.
Too loose there.
And Sean, Joseph White's pretty tall. I think he's about 1.9 metres. One of the... Well, you play against a few. Van der Sam, he's pretty tall, isn't he? And who else is tall around New Zealand?
Well, pretty much everyone except me, pretty much.
Everyone's tall compared to you. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, to be fair, we've got a lot of really tall squash players around the country here in New Zealand.
Right. I mean, Mason Smells certainly seems to keep on growing.
Well, he's only a junior. And
he's
like,
16.
So he's still growing.
And Glenn Templeton as well, a big lad.
Yeah, can you guys please stop growing? I look like an absolute midget in front of you guys.
Yeah, exactly. But certainly Joseph at 1.9 metres, he's got a fair bit of height on him. But he's really flexible.
Yeah, much better shot there from TEMWA. Kept the ball close to the wall there.
But it does seem that for a player, you need to have that flexibility. Even if you look at another similar sport, you get tennis, you look at Novak Djokovic. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
And then Paul Cole himself is a very flexible athlete. I don't know how much yoga he does, but man, that stretching and yoga and whatever else he does helps him no end.
Well, one thing that makes, squash such a good sport is you get a lot of varieties. You will get these players that are much taller.
Trying to get to the ball.
Pretty good. Yes, left. Timwa from the right, 2-3.
It's very tight ball. Second round, close back ball.
And Joseph White just stating his case. It didn't help.
2-3.
Yeah, it's a tricky one just because you've got to ask if there was enough interference there. With say there was enough on that occasion, so they gave a lid on that one. Again, they're not focused on how tight the ball is. They're more focused on the movement there. So
Keep pushing, Temz.
That is a sitter.
yeah,
Too many options on that one,
he's-
do you think?
Well, he's not made those many mistakes today, so.
Yeah. We'll give him one.
But he needs to refocus here.
Yeah, he just had a decision he didn't like,
Yeah.
then he had a sitter into the 10. So this is where he's got to think, okay, settle down, go back to the old game plan, keep doing that.
Much better shot there from TEMWA.
Oh, he's taking it.
Oh, good use of the frame there.
Yeah. Well, what is it? You pay for the racket, use all of it.
Yep, you don't just buy the strings,
Yeah.
you use the whole racket.
You did on that case, and they
And-
can both laugh at it.
And especially how things are going, I think TEMWA desperately needs to take that one as well.
Get a point from a sitter, missed an error. Get a point from the frame helping you out. That's really what he does need.
Shot.
Well played from Joe there. Did well to get back in that point. I thought TEMWA did
And out.
control the point pretty well, but then just maybe one loose ball.
Yeah, I
Just
think that was a
opened
very important point, because if TEMWA had taken that and gone
Yeah,
up,
he had been on a good run, so it's always important to.
well, the pressure would have almost gone around, even though he was up by 2 games to love.
Yeah.
The pressure could have gone back on
But I
Joseph
think
White.
with squash, things can change very quickly in the space of a few points.
Yes.
That was so tight to the wall that he just couldn't get his racket to that.
But Joe's done a good job to get back on track here.
Yep.
Good
Temz.
long shot there from Joe, and he knows it wasn't the right option there. TEMWA was almost waiting for that ball to come, and then put the next shot away. So, rare lapse of concentration there from Joe.
Well, Sean, just on something a bit different here. We had a little bit of humidity earlier in the day, and some of the walls did have to be wiped down. What's the worst that you've found, or one occasion that you found in New Zealand where it's just got so hot and humid? Is there one particular time?
Oh, there's actually been a fair few times you can just get really wet walls, so
Right.
then you're almost having to change your
And we're
game
not
up.
trying to point the finger at any particular
No.
club or anything like that,
Well,
just weather.
Well, a lot of clubs know it as well.
Right.
And you got to give some credit to some of those clubs as well that do change it up. Like, remember, I'll use Henson as an example. You know, they used to get really bad.
Yeah. Well, even
bad
the
balls.
national champs
Yeah.
there, I think it was 2018
you know,
or something like that.
And from that moment, they realised things weren't looking good. But now, you know, not too many. They don't get many issues like that anymore. They sorted it all out, and that's what you got to give credit to those sort of clubs that
Oh, that's a good drive.
do improve.
This rally using all corners. Good change. Ooh,
Just got a bit tangled up there.
let's have a look at that. So I'm not sure, Sean, if was that a connection? Had Joseph White won that, or he's laughing about it?
Yeah, they're putting out the video review. Unfortunately, I don't think.
I mean, we saw a
got it.
review, but
Yeah,
I don't think there was anything.
Well, he was going for the ball.
From the right, yes, mate, Joseph 6-5. From the right.
yeah, it's
So just a little bit of confusion there.
bit of a bit of collision there. So you probably can't rule out the.
I think it was the left foot of TEMWA may have collected the back foot of Joseph White.
As you can see, it hasn't bothered TEMWA straight back up. Really nice shot there though from Joe.
And unfortunately, though, on this occasion, got a bit tangled up. And At this time the footwork wasn't quite working.
Nice and tight to the backcourt from Joe, and I think that's what's made him play really well today, just using the four corners really well. You know, I've given a lot of credit to how good he's used the short game tonight, but also need to give credit that, you know, if your short game goes well when you use the backcourt as well. So he's done a very good job getting the length to set up the loose balls.
Squeeze.
Much better shot
Go
there from
Temz.
Temwa, just focused on keeping that ball tight.
Well, he really did need that, because otherwise it would have been 9-5 and he would have been, you know, 2 points away from a loss. On this occasion, though, he's 2 points away from getting back equal. So, and also just a bit of confidence from doing a good rally as well.
Yeah, never count anyone out until that they shake hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, you slip, just, yeah. Yeah. No, you slip.
So Joseph White really wasn't arguing with that.
Yeah, I think he was just afraid of hitting
Yeah.
Temwa at on the backswing. Fair enough. You don't want to, especially in this sort of situation now, you don't want to get a cheap point.
Yeah.
in that sort of way. So, good call there from everyone on that occasion. As you see, no real arguments either. He's got it back. Oh, that's unlucky there.
And out 9-6.
It's happened a few times in a few of the semis. That front left corner.
And it's unfortunate for Temwa Chileshe. He's now in jeopardy of losing this match in straight games, and we could see a Trans-Tasman final, a little bit of variation in the finals that we've had over a number of tournaments. But certainly on this occasion we could see Joseph White up against Temwa Chileshe. No, saying it's not dry. That's the president of the club out there. I think he said it is, yeah. He didn't like it. I think it was. Wasn't it there?
Yeah, no, the players weren't impressed by the president's hard work there.
Wow, that says something.
Does a good job organising the tournament, just not good at.
Just not good at sweeping. Kind of quite amusing. The players just really taking their time there.
I still think some of the juniors should just step on that court and get their few seconds of fame. Just
exactly.
jump on that
I don't
court.
think there's any juniors left here at the moment. It's 9-6, and Joseph White winning the first two games of this semi-final here at the LIQUORLAND HOWICK Open.
You sleep. Well, your racket's on the right and the ball's on the left, so you sleep.
So you hear that explanation there, Sean? Well, the the racket was on the ball
Yeah,
was on the left, and the racket was on the right.
Well, the racket wasn't in the right position there, so clear collision, so understandable lead on that occasion.
Rally been slowed down. Ooh. Got out of the way. Got out of the way, but TEMWA Chileshe was in the right position to play it away for a winner.
Let's go, teams.
Much better use of height in that rally from Temwa.
And both players just taking their time.
Stroke to White. It's a stroke. Just middle. He recovered.
Stroke to Joseph, and out, 10-7, match
And Sean, you want to quickly explain that one as we go to match ball?
Yeah, probably good just to see a quick replay on that one. It's just Temwa just maybe moving in the wrong direction there. Yes, Joe originally did go the wrong direction, but
Right.
made up for it very quickly. I think if Temwa just,
It's unfortunate to
Yeah,
go to match ball that way, isn't
yeah, it's just never like to see strokes in those sort of situations.
it? Ooh, look at the height on that. Checking on bounce there. Oh, yeah.
and out, 8-10, match 4.
So he's held off one match ball as TEMWA Chileshe. And let's see what he can do here.
Nice shot.
Oh,
Nice tight shot
there you
there
go.
from Joe to finish.
And straight games, but a tough battle for Joseph White, who really again seemed to stick with his game plan as he goes through straight games into the final.